Welcome to the Dowden Podcast. I'm your host, the official CRG, and today we're going to talk about why, if you genuinely want to start to see some real growth in not only yourself, but your life, then it is absolutely crucial for you to stop trying to view these things in the same exact way that you always have, and instead just really start to learn not only how to change your perspective, but how to then properly take some real action towards these things moving forward. But before we get started, make sure to leave a like and subscribe down below. That way you don't miss any weekly episodes and posts. You can find video of this episode strictly on YouTube, but the audio everywhere else. Now, when it comes to truly seeing that real growth in not only yourself, but your life, understanding that you have to stop viewing these things in the same exact way that you always have genuinely is one of the most hardest yet most important lessons that I have personally ever had to learn. Because not only was this something that I was just damn near doing on a day to day basis, having it just constantly hold me back and throw me into these never ending cycles. But really, this was something that was just constantly starting to destroy not only my growth, but my progress. All because I would just constantly try and view these things in the same exact way instead of learning not only how to change my perspective, but how to then properly take some real action towards these things moving forward. Because you see, back when I was still living in the city, always trying to view things in the same exact way that I always have was something that I was damn near doing on a day to day basis. Like, seriously, whether it was through my actions, my goals, the things I would go through, the people I had around me. I mean, you name it, I would try and view it to a point to where not only would it just constantly start to destroy me from the inside out and just throw me into those never ending cycles, but really, it was something that was just genuinely starting to get in the way of not only the growth that I was trying to build in myself, but in my life. Because instead of just actually taking the time to not only change my perspective, but then how to properly learn to take some real action towards these things, I would then instead just go and do the exact opposite by just simply trying to live my life through the same exact lens that got me stuck in the first place, having it just genuinely start to make these real changes damn near impossible. Because when it comes to actually viewing these things in the same way that you always have, like we said earlier, whether that's through your life, your actions, the things you go through, the people that you have around you, this is something that is genuinely way more important than most people think and truly can have such a major effect on not only you, but your life. Because when it comes to your perspective as a whole, this is something that truly will and can dictate almost every single little thing you do. Because when you have that perspective, right, whether it's through friends, your goals, your job, the things you go through, if it's a negative perspective, you're going to do nothing but bring negative actions. But if you change that perspective, right, you go ahead and start viewing life differently, the situations you go through, the people you have around you, then your life is going to change because your perspective is attached to those actions. So when you have a positive perspective, you take control of these things and you start to make a difference. Your actions are then going to follow right behind it. Hence, why learning how to change these things and really take action is so important, because not only is this going to help you change your life around, but it's truly going to help you stay on top of these things when that perspective decides to fade away. So, if you genuinely want to start to see some real growth in not only yourself, but your life, then understanding that you have to stop trying to view these things in the same exact way that you always have genuinely is so important. Because when I tell you guys that this truly won't do anything but just slowly start to destroy not only your growth, but your progress, I truly do mean it. Because as you see with me, that's exactly what had happened until I not only learned how to change my perspective, but then how to properly take action towards these things from there on out. So, moving forward, instead of just constantly trying to live your life in that same mentality that you always have, go ahead and just really start to take some real action towards these things. Like, seriously, whether that's through changing how you view your life, your friends, the things you go through, those day to day challenges. Like, if that's waking up every single day, viewing life differently, and being grateful for things, then so be it. Go ahead and really start to change your perspective, because I promise you that if you change your perspective, you change your life. Your perspective controls everything: your actions, your thoughts, your feelings. I mean, whatever it is, your perspective controls it. So start turning these things into a positive. Start viewing them the right way instead of the wrong way. Because I promise you, you can truly start to see that real growth in not only yourself, but your life. You just first have to start learning not only how to change your perspective, but then how to properly take some real action towards these things moving forward. But with that said, today's quote is by Ernie J. Zelinsky. He once said, "The severity of your problems is a matter of perspective. Change your perspective, and most of them become insignificant. Some of them will no longer exist as problems, but opportunities instead." I appreciate you tuning in. You can follow us on YouTube, Spotify, and Apple Podcasts. And this is the Dowdum Podcasts.